Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game. And it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
That's good for the Lions.
Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
This offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch, and the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Counter play, here's Gibbs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
To throw is gone. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
That's a gain of 8.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got them into the end zone.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll try and run for it. And he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 3. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. First carry now. This is Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
7 yards to go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there at 22.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll fake the jet sweep, but instead of give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and a couple. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it'll leave him with third and a full yard to go.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target. I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Brings up second and
Well, it certainly
10.
appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. But Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first.
Lions first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss. Quick toss by Goff is complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Gone. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Now a second and 6. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
That's another Detroit Lions first
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Lions will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Fires a slant, complete to Tolbert. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
10 yards on the pick.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 2.
They got completion there, but that's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very happy. Hey, take 1 or 2 yards, we're good with that. Offense, you've got to expect to get more on the passing play.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
2nd down and 3. Now Prescott. He finds Pickens over the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line.
Of 22
a good
yards.
pick up there, a 22.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. A gain of 22 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This is Lamb on the end around. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle there by Malcolm Rodriguez.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 10. On the toss, here's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18.
Yards.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
First down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He's got it complete to Tolbert. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So on fourth down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 40-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Now Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And he gets us from inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now a 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's right. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Goff now looking to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Bates' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Oh, nice move. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Prescott now.
Screenplay set up for Williams.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 10.
Here's Prescott.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for Dallas. 46 yards.
And the Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Well, they've looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
Yeah, he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
To throw is Prescott. And he checks this one down to Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jameer Gibbs in the Lions offense getting set once again.
And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. A little jet sweep to start the drive.
Brought down on the play by Deron Bland. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Now it's gone.
That's complete right side. It's to Slaw.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
And he's going to have the Lions first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may be a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's Goff.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Detroit Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Here's Goff.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with a 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Lions are able to stretch out their lead. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Let's get this point.
Gibbs. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Well, that play's not going to go in their highlight reel at the end of the season, but the only benefit to the offense, maybe a little more space if they want to throw the football now after taking that loss.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
With his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Lions add 6 to their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Cowboys 6.
So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Well, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
7-yard pickup.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
He's brought down by
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line.
The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Right back to him on first down.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 3rd down and 6.
Here's Goff.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 37. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
Goff. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibbs. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
120 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Detroit Lions.
A lot of plays on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 14-yard
I know the halftime's
line.
approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Second and 6.
To throw is Goff. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's right. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's good for a Lions first down.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Prescott to throw it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Looking to throw, Prescott. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And taken right at the 35. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And slow going there as they only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Back to throw, Goff.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Goff. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Two yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Goff. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jameson Williams hauling that one in for Jared Goff. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went into the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Point after here coming up. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 7.
Here's Prescott.
Now he's going to step up and run.
Prescott able to use those legs of his to pick up the first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
A give to Williams, running right. There's a nice move. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Throwing. Prescott.
Tolbert hauls in the out route.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice gain there for a first down.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Prescott.
That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys,
and it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
In motion goes the tight end. Goff now to throw. He's got right on the short throw.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
On the keeper, here's Goff. And he's going to have the Lions first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Oh, that was a big beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Goff now looking to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Prescott now, option right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, It's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Prescott now. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
23 yards the pickup there.
Cowboys, first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 55 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone is hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Prescott over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Dallas.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Two yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you expect it to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
To throw is Prescott. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
A This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Goff now looks to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 4.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Ford Field. The Lions on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. Down to about the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Here's Goff.
He's got right on the short throw. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll run it with Gibbs.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now it's gone.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a play fake, and it's gone.
He'll try and do this himself. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Detroit Lions 1st down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one in the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
No gain on the
play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
Quick toss by Goff is complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
On the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Goff going to keep it himself. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Lions have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
For the extra point.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Cowboys 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Well, now how about this return?
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there, 22.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Prescott to throw it.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And down he goes. They sack it back right around the 41-yard
in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No, 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 no.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At the 41-yard line.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 9.
Gone.
He's got right on the short throw.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On the keeper, here's Goff. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott.
This one swung out to Williams.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Prescott from the gun. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll try to do it himself. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not.
So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way
Previous
out.
play is under review.
Now Brian Schottenheimer not happy on the sideline, and he's going to throw the red challenge flag.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. The spot of the football going to remain right where it is.
In motion, the tight end. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And down inside the 15 he goes. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
And the Lions first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Goff.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It leads to second and
A CD,
10.
they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Now 2nd and 5.
throwing. Prescott. He's got it complete to Tolbert. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Prescott. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott has taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
13 yards.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
The busy night continues for Williams. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Prescott. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead is down to 24.
37. Cowboys 13.
So that drive 7 plays in length.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Montgomery on the counter. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards.
A 3-yard loss.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
On 4th down, Goff. That is caught. And he's taken down inside the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Now Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott.
He'll try and do this himself.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
DeMarvion Overshown, the one to bring him down.
2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Well, he shifts past him. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 19-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
Goff going to keep it himself. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th.
4th down to give to Gibbs.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more this time, the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try the air now with Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They go jet sweep here with Williams. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
So really a nice drive there for the first points of the game.
And how about the fact that it was a run by the wide receiver to get him into the end zone, Brandon? You know, these guys, we know they're not afraid to open up the playbook, and they showed it to us right there on the first drive.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
Now inside the 25. Javonte Williams.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
57 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week. Yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Well, the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Play action. It's gone.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
Only able to gain a couple there. And now third down and 6 to go.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Goff.
He's got right on the short throw.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameer Gibbs.
67 yards.
And the Lions take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown.
Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7.
21. Cowboys 7.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lane. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43.
14 yards.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
To throw is Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Dallas.
Prescott now. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Prescott to throw it.
Completes this one to Pickens.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18.
That's good.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
18-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
That's into the hands of Tolbert.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it.
It's all about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, Prescott off and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
This from 32 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now it's gone.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys be able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Throwing. Prescott.
Pickens is there on the crossing route.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Cowboys, 1st down. A gain of 21
That crossing route
yards.
is so effective when you hit it just right, because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Javonte Williams
With his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Cowboys are back within a score.
And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front, because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
He was brought down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Out of the gun. Gone.
He's got right on the short throw.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he is going to have a Lions first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. Looking for Wright, and he finds him. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 48 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. In motion goes the tight end. From the gun, here's Goff. Complete to Wright. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back.
And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
That stop made by Jack Campbell.
He's having a big game running the football, but that will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And he's the epitome of what we call a move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Here's Prescott. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson.
He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down.
That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get loaded in those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Now gone.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 5. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Goff.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Lions first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First
and they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
He's got right on the short throw.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
Quick toss by Goff is complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And 3rd and 8 now.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. And they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
Goff now looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
Goff now looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Lions are able to widen their advantage. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
The kicker
now they'll line
the
up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Here's Williams to start the drive.
Dancing away at the 35. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
143 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Oh, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
That's going to be caught by Pickens.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and a yard.
A give to Williams, running right. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Off the play fake, Prescott.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
And right away, he'll look to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Gibbs straight ahead.
Room here to run.
He may go.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Point after right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Cowboys 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And out now come the Cowboys.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now Prescott to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Prescott. And he is caught by Lamb. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Second down and a yard.
To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Javonte Williams
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
To throw is gone. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And with a first down pickup of 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
In motion, the tight end. Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
23 yards. That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Goff throwing again. It's complete to Williams. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be second down.
4. It's now second and 6 at the Cowboys' 32-yard line.
Back back to throw. Goff. Wright's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line.
15 yards.
A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the give, here's Gibbs.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now it's gone. He finds his man complete. That's right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Brock Wright, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
The extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half.
49, Cowboys 24.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Shifts by him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Out right, he finds Tolbert. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Second down and 4.
Here's Prescott.
This one swung out to Williams.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He has been a factor in a multitude of ways. Over 100 yards rushing. He's approaching that number in the receiving category, too.
And you know why I've always respected guys who can have these types of games? As a runner, you're going through a pile. People are raking at the football all the time. Your hands take a beating, okay? And to be able to still go out and catch the football in open field after going through that, that guy's dynamite.
He's been dynamite in this game so far. We'll see defensively if they have an answer because they need to come up with something.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Hand off now to Gibbs.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
He's got it to Williams.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
13 yards on the play.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, the Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field? That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Complete to Wright. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
The give, right side for Gibbs.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
At the 10-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. On the keeper, here's Goff. But he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
After the run, Goff going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Blocked right. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Cowboys 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
They'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
168 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
A gain of 14. First down, Cowboys.
Prescott now.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they spot it right in midfield at the 50. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Prescott fires one out wide, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd down and 4.
Throwing. Prescott. Able to hit his target lane. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, Dallas.
Finds Pickens out right.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Lions' 16-yard line.
2nd and a couple.
Now Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the
touchdown.
Jake Ferguson
from 21 yards away.
And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Aubrey now for the PAT.
And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Makes the score Lions 56.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So here come the Lions now.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 27. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Play action. It's Goff. Going up top.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Here's Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Another run for Gibbs here.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
It's a gain of 20.
160 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first and 10, here's Gibbs.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Second down and 8.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Goff going to keep it himself.
And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd.
And they'll run it with Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs,
14 yards.
and the Lions are pouring it on.
And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him, as we've seen. But just had 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throwing to him was called one as well.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating.
It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula?
No, I just know the higher the number, the better.
Yeah, that's what I've been told,
That's what
too.
I know.
I know that in the NFL, 158.3 is the number they're all trying to get to. I think he was that on that last drive.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On play action, Prescott.
Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Play action now. Prescott. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Alex Anzalone coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Prescott to throw it.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now Prescott. Over the middle, and there's a diamond catch. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And that's how you throw up a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance and how much of that is the defense just loosening up because they have a big lead.
And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Caught on the slant.
Well, the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
Williams is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
And those 3 rushing touchdown games in this league, you know darn well, those are hard to come by. They're becoming even harder to come by as the years go by, aren't they?
Isn't that the truth? It doesn't matter what you do in terms of game planning. You may be a run-first team, but you're running against an NFL defense. That's some of the biggest, fastest, best athletes on the planet. Hard to do. Cherish that moment, even as he's eager to add to that total.
Aubrey now for the point after.
And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Makes the score Lions.
So that drive, 12 plays in length.
38.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit them with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. Oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
And the Lions.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now run by Gibbs.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle by DeMarvion Overshow.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
From the gun on 3rd down, gone. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st.
A gain of 7.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
A 6-yard
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The busy night continues for Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Prescott.
Pickens on a sling. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They give it to Williams, running right.
To about the 40-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Play fake. Here's Prescott.
He's got this to Pickens.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
16 yards. And a Cowboy first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Prescott.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. And it's a keeper with Prescott. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now Brian Schottenheimer not happy on the sideline, and he's going to throw the red challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Lamb. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Javonte Williams,
27 yards. And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Fights through it.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit him with a big play.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And power running here down the 6-yard line. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Now again running right is Montgomery. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. David Montgomery with his second touchdown of the night.
And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Cowboys 45.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Man open left outside. It's Williams. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a game.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you've got everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
To throw is Prescott. They'll find Williams on the slant. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. To the air again, Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
He's brought down by Terry.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
The Lions offense set to take over. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And a good run here as he'll run all the way down to the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.